How long did you come for? You were coming for?
I was passing through, yeah.
So
2 months.
2 months.
Two-week chunks.
Which
July
is now 8 years, I guess.
Why I ended up staying was I found out that I was doing all the things and probably more than I had thought I would have to go to a fairly remote place.
I came because, well, it was the closest I could get to Halifax and actually do rural emerge, you know, live in a small town, work emerge shifts, look after people in the hospital, and sail.
I think I wanted the small town, I wanted the connection to the community, and again, got to do that continuity of care where you see people in the emergency room, you see people in your office, you do the nursing homes, you do the in-hospital care, you do the house calls. We're all doing the same things and in the same boat.
So it's easier to relate to each other, right? I guess the other hooks that got into me was these people here, you people in particular. It's a pretty tight group. There's a lot of support and a lot of, I don't know, on-the-job training, I guess, that happens, whereas I don't think that necessarily that happens other places. Like a little.
Well, if you push the panic button, it takes, what, a few minutes, and there's people there with you, right? Yeah.
You called and there was never a roll of the eye or a sigh.
It is kind of nice to see a place where, I mean, we've had so many closures and emerges around in small community hospitals that are struggling to keep their coverage viable, and it's kind of neat to work in a place that essentially the Queens General Emergency Department has been open since I think 1948 or something like that, you know, and we've never stopped that. We've never not been able to provide service. It's kind of cool to be part of that as, you know, the next, I guess, wave or generation of docs that are working in rural Nova Scotia.
Well, the local people are proud of us.
This community really takes ownership of that institution, and that's kind of, it's a privilege to work somewhere where a community has that much of a sense of ownership. One of the things I really like about being here is being able to teach, and how excited med students and residents are when they come to Liverpool, and pretty quickly they're looking after pretty sick people. At this point, we've got learners that we have to turn down because there's just, you know, there's the demand for that experience is words out.
One of the best things I ever did was add in a family practice nurse. It's been great.
It's an ideal place to raise a family. I think it's a safe environment. You know your neighbors, you know your community.
You know, we're building a new school. There's all these things happening. A new skate park.
Skate park would be good.
Which would be really nice. The natural resources here, the ocean, the woods, the rivers, and all that stuff is just so.
It is pretty magical if you're looking to raise a family, for sure. Yeah. A really neat thing about Liverpool, for the size community we have, it's amazing the cultural activities you can get involved in.
There's a lot of artists here, there's a lot of musicians here.
It's pretty ideal.